when we're talking about preparedness, especially with gear, we always want to take out items with dual or multiple purposes. That is the point of today's video. I'm going to cover something that I think a lot of survivalists and prepared guys have totally forgotten about this use. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. I'm Randall. This is Grunt Proof. We are talking about duct tape, or in this case, this is Gorilla Tape, which is basically heavy-duty, sticky duct tape. Now, we know about repairs, some first aid, all kinds of other fieldcraft uses, but what am I talking about that a lot of people have forgotten about? Well, you can actually use this stuff and many other types of tape to start fire. That's right, guys. You can actually get a fire started using duct tape. So I'm going to give you guys a very simple rundown on how to do this. So if you don't want to get Gorilla Tape, it's too expensive for you, or you can't get it. I've seen in Europe, they call it T-Rex tape. Or you could just search for heavy-duty duct tape. It's essentially the same. But as a bonus, I'm also going to cover a couple other types of different tapes that many people bring out into the woods for various purposes. As always, I have a big old bundle of this rolled up and in my ruck. I also carry them in chest rigs. So depending on how much you need to burn, I would say about 6 inches is good enough. That's what she did not say. So let's go a little bit over that. So we're looking at almost a foot. So all you're going to do is start to roll it up. Not too tight, because we do want a little bit of airflow through there. I got nails in my barbecue pit. And if it starts to spiral down like this, don't worry about it. That's actually better. That's what we want. So obviously you would put whatever tinder or kindling you want over it that you want to help start your fire. I have plenty of dead grass around me that I could use. I'm not going to actually do a fire though, because it's so dry. I just don't want to deal with it, and I don't have a hose down here. But that's okay. The whole point is to show you guys how this works. So we're going to take a frayed end that's a corner sticking off, and there you go. Look at that burn. That is going to burn for a while. So you could set it down as you gather other stuff. You got your little pile here maybe, and when you're ready to start throwing stuff on top of it, I would do just like the fire starting logs and actually set up the other side. Now, you see how sticky this tape is. You don't want to breathe this stuff in, for sure. We're into about a minute. So we're going to see how long that lasts, and let's go ahead and prepare everything else. All right, so the 90-mile-an-hour tape, as I've said, is a lot less sticky. So let's take, that is a man's 6 inches. That's what we tell the girls we are. So let's roll it up. And see, I got a big old spiral on this one. Now let's come back. There. So we got a big old chunk. And we can use this one to start that. Get it right on the corner. And there you go. 90-mile-an-hour tape is lit. See if we can get this other side going. Now look at the difference in how they burn. You see the Gorilla Tape is bubbling. That's all that sticky chemical on there. You definitely don't want to breathe that in. And they're both putting off a little bit of black smoke. So I wouldn't breathe any of that. But see, the 90-mile-an-hour tape burns a little bit cleaner. And we're going on 2 minutes for the Gorilla Tape. Will electrical tape burn? I think it will. Let's see. So I'll tell you guys not to breathe it in, and I'm breathing it in, sitting right over it. Oh well. So let's do a foot with this because it's so thin. So I bet this is going to be like burning plastic, and this is going to smell horrible. Now we'll leave a little bit of the end frayed off like that. It melts, doesn't catch. No. So you see the electrical tape simply melts. We can't get a flame off of it. As soon as I take it away from the flame, it goes away and it just melts. That's all right. So I'm gonna let these burn and let's see how long they actually go. The Gorilla Tape is going on 4 minutes. And if you think about it, guys, if you're limited on supplies, 4 minutes is plenty of time to actually start to build a fire on top of stuff. Can you do this with a ferro rod? No, I've actually tried, and you do need a lighter. But you know, like I always tell you guys, I carry so many Bic lighters on me into the woods, it's not even funny. So if you're dealing with some wet stuff and you can find some dry kindling and tinder, what you can do is get your tinder going with your ferro rod if you have to. Have your rolled up duct tape ready to go and put that over the tinder you lit with your ferro rod, and now you can get that burning, and you're going to get a long burn out of that. And I think that'll help getting some of the wetter stuff to burn. Smoke them if you got them. Okay, we started at 16:38, so we're at 9 minutes. And although I started the 90-mile-an-hour tape first, it's already out. So the Gorilla Tape, 9+ minutes, it's still burning. I know what you guys are thinking. Randall, what about medical tape? Most of us only cover that out. And guess what? I've got you covered. This is a standard 2-inch roll from 3mm, so let's see how this works. So we're going to try to light both ends. We'll leave this flap up. So we'll get this end sticking out. Well, it seems to melt. Oh, there it goes. See if we can get this other end lit. It's like that's, oh, there it is. Lost the flame for a minute. All right, cool. So medical tape works as well. I looked at my watch, so we'll see what we get out of that. Looks pretty good. And there you have it, grunts. 2 of the most common items carried in the field can be used to help start a fire, or at least get a tough fire going. So my personal opinion, I like to bring out the Gorilla Tape or heavy duty duct tape because it just sticks to more surfaces and I can get more use out of it. I've seen a lot of people talking about carrying electrical tape, and well, there you go. Can't start a fire with electrical tape. Not to say one tape is better than the other, but like I said, when we're going out into the field, and especially if you're trying to lighten the load that you're carrying, we always want to try to carry dual purpose or multi-purpose items. And at least for medical tape and good old Gorilla or heavy duty duct tape and even 90-mile-an-hour tape, yes, we have very many purposes out of those. Oh, dinner time.
Contemplating nothing but escape and finally make it a noodle lolly, golly, what a day. Oodle lolly, golly, what a day.